The death toll in Venezuela's twin earthquake disaster has reached 1,430, while millions more are feared to lack sanitation and other basic needs. And this comes as Venezuela's interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, thanked other countries for the assistance. The search for survivors saw desperate attempts by local residents to claw away rubble from apartment buildings that collapsed in Wednesday's two quakes. The Venezuelan officials are facing public outrage in the aftermath of the earthquake, while volunteers and international rescue workers are tirelessly working to seek signs of life. A glimpse of hope eventually emerged when a disoriented man screaming for his family was rescued from the collapsed building in La Guaira state on Saturday. The man was desperately screaming for his family as people grabbed him and put him on a pickup truck.
Mi familia ya, mi familia, roca, mi familia. No hay otro. No, mi familia. Mi familia,
In another instance, the U.S. search and rescue teams working alongside local firefighters pulled a baby and his mother from the rubble. Well, both were found alive with only minor injuries and were brought to safety. Rescuers have been deployed across La Guaira and parts of Caracas, where families and volunteers have spent days pulling survivors and bodies from debris, often citing a lack of heavy equipment and limited official presence. Venezuela's government said families reported at least 68,900 people missing.
I want to tell my family that Yamilet and Clibert haven't appeared. They're still under the rubble. They need to send urgent help. What we need is help. Machinery, because her family are my neighbors. They're crushed. Please, the 12th floor collapsed all the way down and everything is collapsed. We need heavy machinery to lift everything, please.
Since last night, my relatives trapped under the rubble have been trying to communicate. They could still hear the banging, though it was getting weaker each time, and at this hour there is still no response. Some volunteers tried to get in from the front, but they couldn't reach the spot. We believe it's in a basement or behind an elevator.
The UN estimates that the twin earthquakes have caused a total of $6.7 billion in physical damage, which is equivalent to 6% of Venezuela's GDP. It further said that the back-to-back quakes hit major population and economic centers near Venezuela's northern coast. Venezuelan officials say that more than 1,600 foreign rescuers arrived in the country, with additional teams expected as part of a growing international response. Venezuela's interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, informed that 21 countries were sending search and rescue teams. Well, the U.S. said that one runway at Simon Bolivar International Airport was partially functioning to receive C-17 U.S. military planes, while a naval ship had arrived off the coast. The U.S. had said it was sending a disaster response team of more than 250 personnel, including 3 special search and rescue units with dogs trained to locate people trapped beneath the rubble. Now, amidst the devastation in Venezuela, Pope Leo remembered the victims of the earthquake, their families, and those involved in relief operations, and said he hoped global solidarity with Venezuela would endure.
Before entering into the final reflection, I would like to express our solidarity, mine and that of the entire College of Cardinals, with the people of Venezuela, who have been severely affected by the violent earthquake of recent days. We offer our prayers for the victims, their families, and all those suffering the consequences of this tragedy. We also entrust to the Lord all those engaged in relief operations and ask that the international community's solidarity with that beloved nation would not cease.